video is not financial advice. This video is made for entertainment purposes only. Please invest your own money at your own risk. I am not a financial advisor. Please do your own due diligence and research as I will do mine. This video is not financial advice. What is up, everyone? This is Safe Investor AG, 8% Saucy Warrior, and today I'd like to get down to business about sauce price. Currently is right now at 4 cents. So let's go through some of the specs. So Saucy Swap Analytics right now. Saucy Swap has got 45,746,000 in liquidity, just about. And yeah, there was a dip, okay, and a lot of the stuff you can't really foresee it coming. Now, if you see the market indicators, you can see, but you cannot you can't really expect a certain percentage drop or rise. So anyways, it's a $45.7 million in liquidity. The volume, as you can see, is starting to rise. So you see how it's picking up. It's on an upwards trend. Volume upward or downward, it's still starting to rise. Buying or selling, the transactions are increasing. So I do believe we just saw a bottom on sauce, and I do believe that 1 cent sauce is now officially out of the question, in my opinion. It can happen. It can drop to 1 cent or 2 cents, but I don't see it dropping that anymore. So if you go to CoinGecko, okay, at sauce. Now I've been making sauce videos since like back here. So I've been telling people that, oh, it's gonna spike hard. So you can see the trend line here. The first time it opened, when it started trading, it was around 2 cents. And then the next spike, the next cycle, it spiked to 3 cents. Then the next cycle, it spiked to a little over 3 cents. It was like 3.5 cents. And then it almost reached 4 cents. This was in January of 2023. So yeah. Now, I was predicting the next spike we're going to see is 11 to 12 cents. And I was telling everyone, I do see the next spike happening. I don't know when. See, it's hard to predict when, but you can predict how high. Now, I was completely off because we went to 8 cents and then we hit 11 cents and 12 cents. So I thought, hey guys, 8 cents, 9 cents, that's the peak. All right, you can see here. So I was telling some of my inside group now, on the way up, it's the best way to take profits. That's how I'm going to do it. I take profits on the way up. Anyways, on the way up. But then suddenly it exploded. 18 cents, 19 cents, it reached 22 cents. That's how unpredictable the volume levels of any token is. Okay. I didn't see that explosion. So, but that's how the market is. The market decides what to do and what it wants to do. So the tokenomics of sauce is just beautifully written. How so? It is now a 30 million market cap. Excuse me. 30 million market cap. Okay. The total value lock is 45 million. Circulating supply is 700 million. That's 70% of the supply. So it is at a major advantage of cake. So if you look at cake, okay, the total supply is 450 million. Back when it exploded back here, when it went from like 35 cents all the way to $40, when it exploded, the circulating supply was under 30%. It was bad. Like the tokenomics, it was bad. But there was no DEX like this one, which is why Matt Chase got it right. It exploded. That exploded. So that's how favorable. So, and right now, look, it's still in percentage wise, it's still under 60% of the circulating supply for cake, and it ran majorly. Now, keep in mind that the project applied for exchange listing for Coinbase. This was at the beginning of this year. At any moment, we're going to see an announcement. Like I said, timing when is hard. It's hard timing when, but you can predict what could happen if announcements like that were to be announced. So, how high would it go? Well, that's pretty easy. We're going to break 20 cents for sure, uh, easily, and I mean easily. So all-time high is gonna happen regardless, okay, of what anyone says. In my opinion, it's going to happen, and it's going to catch people by surprise. People that aren't really don't think it'll do much. It'll do a lot. It's just what I'm predicting. So other than the tokenomics being in their favor this time, it's in their favor a lot. There's enough liquidity. It's got enough liquidity. If you were to compare liquidity levels, sauce compared to cake, this liquidity is way higher, way higher, even now. So look, if you look up cake, okay, look up cake on your deck screener, and then their liquidity is tiny. Look, they're at 500 million market cap with 6.8 liquidity. Let's double that just in case. Maybe I'm missing some others. Let's say 12, $15 million in liquidity. That's nothing, man. That's so thin. So there's always profit takers. So, anyways, because of the liquidity of cake being so thin, that's why we saw an absurd and ridiculous aggressive drop. People are going to take profits. You have to expect it. You have to expect it. So now the run when sauce starts running, see, it's heavily paired to H bar. So you have to look at H bar. So if you look at H bar right now, so the price of H bar right now, it's at 5 cents. So if H bar goes back up to their all-time highs of 56.60 cents, it's gonna send sauce flying, and I mean, it's gonna send them flying to an absurd height. How high? Just that alone on H bar exploding, no buying volume, no exchange listing, just on pure H bar. See, look, it's got 6.5 million total liquidity with H bar. That's major. Okay, so it'll just explode just on H bar, exploding on its own. If H bar goes to 60 cents, sauce will go past $2 in my opinion. Just $2. Not from buying pressure. Now, if there's the announcement where they say, "Hey, we got Coinbase listing," just on that alone, imagine the volume just from that announcement. Just from that announcement alone, it's gonna send this flying a good 10x, in my opinion, a good 10x, maybe 15x from its current price. So it's a 10x would be to 40 cents. And then if H bar starts pushing up, bam. Now, it would not surprise me if they if they got the approval of Coinbase already, but they're keeping it to themselves. That wouldn't surprise me, because timing is important. You need to make sure that the market's looking favorable, and you need to make sure that the market is looking like it's going to support an announcement. So it will not surprise me. So if that alone were to, if HBAR and SAS announces, let's go, we're going to Coinbase. Just on buying power, I can see SAS going back to all-time high, and then the new buyers in Coinbase. That's gonna push it to an absurd height. It would not surprise me if this goes, sheesh, to even 60 cents, 70 cents on that alone. I still remember Cardano. So let me show you Cardano. When Cardano, let's see. Okay, Cardano. I remember when Cardano, when they got announced, when they got that Coinbase listing, they were here. I remember they were, because I remember looking at Coinbase, and I just looked at it like, would you look at that coin? And it was chilling at 16 cents. It was above. I know for sure it was above a dime, between 10 cents and 20 cents, around here. And then it started exploding, and I remember when it hit $1, just on buying pressure. And I thought it was so absurd how high it went. I'm like, I felt the FOMO, and I'm like, man, I missed out when it was $1. And then I saw it hit $2. I said, no way. If I would have thrown just $100 at this thing, I would have made 10K. And then it even exploded even higher to $3. It went above $3. That was just on that Coinbase listing. That's the power of Coinbase. So, SAS, SAS. How high can SAS go? I am waiting for a $5 SAS. So I'm well positioned to take its complete advantage of $5 SAS, in my opinion. And it is currently right now in 100x considered from where it's at. And I like to study the past performances and indicators and announcements and other contributions of other tokens that had similar tech. And so they were in similar position as SAS is. So how high do you think SAS will go? I think we can kiss 1 cent SAS goodbye. I don't think it's going to touch 1 cent ever again. 2 cent, it's maybe. In my opinion, this was the low. 3.5 cents. That was the low. The uptrend has commenced. The uptrend has started. So every time there's a major push, there's always a retraction that's anticipated. The token that I'm heavily invested in, that's heavily paired to SAS, just exploded, and I was posting on Discord, all right, we need to let it take a break. It needs to take a break. And I kept repeating myself, it needs to take a break, over and over and over. It finally took a break that it needed. Same for SAS. SAS needed to take a break, and it's taking the well-deserved break because it ran basically. You got to look at its bottom. The bottom, it came from 3 point. It was at 3.3 cents at one point. I remember it, and it exploded to 5. So that's a good 50-60% run. So that's a great deal. Obviously, the token I'm invested in ran like 300% because it's heavily paired. But SAS is going to make a lot of people rich. A lot of people rich. So anyways, so that's what I estimate. The liquidity is nice and strong. When it exploded here all the way to 150, I did not expect to see those numbers. I expected just 50. I told people I think we're gonna reach around here. I was telling people we're gonna see 50 million, 40 to 50 million liquidity, and then once we hit 70, I thought that was the top. I thought that was the top, And I was telling everyone, wow, look, what a great run. And then bam, it exploded to 140 in liquidity. So this is just my conservative prediction. This one right here, $5. That's very conservative. So anyways, comment down below, how high do you think sauce will go? And are you holding sauce? Are you buying this dip? Are you selling sauce? Anyways, comment down below. This is Safe Investor AG, H Bar Sim Saucy Warrior. Stay saucy.